Much like our car, our bodies are just like beautiful machines that we carry around. If you let your car sit dormant or not doing anything for months on end, when you come back, you're gonna find a couple of issues with that car. The battery will probably run dead. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lita Renee Nolden. I'm a health and wellness enthusiast and I'm so excited to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Well, if you watched my last video, you know we talked about what not to do when you have fibroids. Today, we are going to be discussing the things that you should do when you have uterine fibroids or how to prevent getting uterine fibroids. These are so unpredictable for most women. Sometimes fibroids could be hereditary and sometimes they could develop over time due to so many different causes, not specifically known, but there are certain things out there that will cause them, such as diet, obesity, like I said, hereditary, etc. So these are things that usually do promote the environment for fibroids. However, how can you try to prevent it, or if you do have it, make this a non-factor in your world? I want to discuss that with you today. Without further ado, let's just get right into the video. The last time we spoke about several different things: diet, exercise, all of these things. Well, if they are don'ts, how do they relate to the do's? That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. And you know what? Yes, you guessed it. We are starting with diet. I know that diet is something that's very difficult for people to discuss. However, because it's so significant in your journey to either recovery or prevention, diet is the number one thing I like to talk to people about and just encourage them to improve. The first thing that you need to know about diet is to keep a very high fiber diet. The reason for that is because you want to keep cleansing out your body so that nothing is sitting in there and creating a home or an environment for the fibroids to grow. As you know, or as you've heard in the past, a lot of people have so much buildup in their colon, just foods that have not been digested. And so a lot of people think that they're fat. Sometimes you're just bloated, or you're just backed up. So you want to have this really high fiber diet that keeps you very, very regular and keeps your bowel movement as regular as possible. What are those high fiber diets you talk about, Lita? Well, the first thing you want to do is to keep greens and fruits, that's fruits and veggies, same thing, very, very high in your diet. 50% or more of your diet should be greens. Greens such as spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, all of these greens are so very high in fiber. They help you to cleanse out your body, so to speak. So those are the vegetables that you want to keep at the top of your diet. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is fruits. Now, fruits are super fun. Most people that I know absolutely love fruits. They enjoy it very, very much. And so you want to keep a whole lot of fruits in your home, ones that are going to be very, very significant to you. And one thing I didn't mention in the previous category are avocados. Avocados are not only heart healthy, but oh my God, what they do for your insides, amazing. So let's get into the fruits that you want to keep. Berries, especially dark fruits. Berries, blackberries, blueberries. You can throw in some strawberries. Those are high in fiber too. You also want to throw in some citrus. Citrus is very good for cleansing and aligning. So one thing you can do first thing in the morning is throw some lemon in water and drink it so that you can completely clean your body and get ready for a wonderful day. Citrus will include anything like lime, lemons, oranges, tangerines, grapefruits, etc. You get the idea. But you definitely want to keep that high fruits and veggies diet, well over 50% if you're capable of it. Another thing, believe it or not, that is highly encouraged when you have fibroids are dairy products. And I believe the reason behind that is because dairy does serve as laxative for some people, or for most people from my experience. They ask you to keep this in your diet so that once again, it can help with your bowel movement and cleansing. The major thing that I found with my research on fibroids is you don't want to be backed up because you create this environment for them to feed off of fats or whatever else is left behind. Those cysts are kind of like parasites, and so they will stay and grow as long as you keep feeding them. So your goal is to cleanse your body and not leave an environment for them to be able to grow in. So I know you guys are thinking, how do I incorporate all of these things in my diet? Guys, one thing that has really helped me is smoothies. Smoothies are gonna be your best freaking friend, you hear me? I know it's really difficult to incorporate spinach, kale, all of these things, celery into your diet, and a lot of people don't like just sitting there and eating a giant bowl of bland salad. The first thing you need to know is green smoothies, amazing. Green smoothies will help to cleanse you out, give you all of the nutrients that you need from those greens, the fibers, everything that your body needs to function and to be well fueled. Those green smoothies are going to give them to you. You can also get into smoothies with berries. You can throw in the apples. You can throw in anything in there. One thing that I do is, because you have to reduce that sugar, like processed sugar intake, I use sweeter fruits as sweeteners for my smoothies. So for example, I'll throw in a banana, I know strawberry is tart, but it also does have a sweetness to it. Blueberries are also really good with that. I also tend to use agave nectar since it's plant-based, and honey. So you can choose between what you want to do, but agave and honey are a really great option to sugar. That's something you can incorporate in your diet as well. Tastes just as delicious. However, it's a lot healthier and better for your body. Another thing that has been of major significance to me, I'm not a huge coffee drinker, so letting go of coffee was not an issue for me at all. However, I do like my occasional wine here and there. Actually, I used to love drinking wine every day, maybe a glass or two. I've had to significantly dial back. And so I am also a huge tea lover, and we are very much so encouraged to drink teas that are low in caffeine when you have fibroids, because you definitely, once again, want to be able to cleanse that body out. And so tea has really significantly helped me. One major tea that I drink a lot is homemade. It's definitely a remedy that have been recommended by herbalists or natural health people. And this tea includes turmeric, it includes ginger, cloves, all of these natural products that provide a natural detox for your body. And when I tell you the amount of energy that I have, I sleep so much better when I drink the tea. I will try to incorporate that in one of my videos to come, so that you guys can have an idea of what the recipe is and how it benefits you. So that's something we can look forward to. But you definitely want to increase your intake of tea, ginger tea, green tea. You can do your research a little better and see how much tea helps your body as far as detox, relaxation, energies, all of these things. So you can definitely look into that. It was one of my favorite hacks since, like I said, I already absolutely love teas. This just worked out for me perfectly because I just increased my consumption of teas and cut out that caffeine and the alcohol, since it is high in carbs. So I know by now you're asking, oh my God, Lita, if we are eating all these greens and fruits and drinking teas, what are we going to do about protein? What a lot of you don't know is vegetables are actually very, very high in protein. However, the everyday person that is used to eating, meats and fish and all of these things are wondering like how that fits into their diet. Don't fret. It's perfectly okay for you to keep your chickens and your fish and all of that in your diet. What I do recommend when it comes to protein, the number one protein intake that I personally have is from plants, like my leafy greens and everything. However, I do incorporate a significant amount of salmon, shrimp, and chicken. Those are my three rotating actual meats that aren't vegetables that I have incorporated in my diet. Super easy to digest. I don't really overdo it. I keep it at a bare minimum, as if I were to have meat, I will keep the portions the same. I try not to overeat shrimp or the fish like that. You want to definitely keep portions at a reasonable amount. I also incorporate chicken. One thing that I have done that has felt significantly successful for me is with my proteins, my fish and chicken and all of those things. I tend not to deep fry anything anymore because oil is definitely grease. You definitely don't want that in your body, as it can serve as a clogging agent. And the goal is to not clog, but free and release. So you definitely want to also limit your oil intake. One way to do that is to make the oven and the air fryer your best friend, which is what I have done. So for the most part, what I do with my meats are to either broil, bake, or air fry them. And with the air fryer, you get the crispiness that you want from a deep fried food without all of the oil and the lack of health benefits that comes with deep fried foods. So that's one way that I'm able to incorporate my proteins back into my diet without feeling guilty. Another thing that is highly, highly recommended is drinking water. I know a lot of people are not huge fans of water. I know one of my cousins literally has to put flavor in her water to be able to drink it. Guys, water is life. And I know that sounds cliche, but water, the reason that I believe over 70% of your body is like water. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, because I feel like I'm just talking. But the reason that you have so much water in your body is because it's meant to fuel and refresh your body. What it does is it instantly cleanses your body, refreshes your body, all of the above. So when you drink water, you are just promoting an overall wellness of body from the inside to the outside. It helps with your skin, your hair, your eyes, everything. Water is good for so many things. And I know it sounds so common and everybody's like, it's just water. No, water is literally significant to life. And so it should be one of the major parts of your diet. You wake up in the morning, one of the first things that should go in your mouth is water. Warm water is amazing. It will actually help you with your bowel movement. If you didn't know, you're welcome. Warm water in the morning, amazing. One more thing that I wanted to add as far as that diet was nuts. So guys, nuts are gonna be your best friend. Nuts like almonds, pistachios, those kinds of nuts helps you to also move your bowels because they are significantly high in fiber. I like to throw nuts in my salads as well. I want to, in the next videos coming up, give you guys an idea of what I do or what I eat within a week. So you guys can have an idea of what to eat so that you don't feel like all you're eating is like salads. However, when I do salads, I don't like a bland salad. So I make my salads really funky and super fun. I like to incorporate things like almonds, walnuts, all of these things in my salad to create different textures and stuff like that in the salad, give you different flavors as well. I also like to sometimes substitute meats for mushrooms. Now, mushrooms have different texture sizes. You can season them if you're a good cook to where it's just so delicious and delectable all of these different flavors playing around in your mouth. Sometimes you don't even miss the meat. So that is it for the diet, you guys. I've given you so many things to try to incorporate in your diet. Let me recap for diet. Leafy greens. You want to include as many leafy greens as possible in your diet. Don't forget the avocado. You definitely need her, okay? Fruits, and more fruits. This is gonna help you significantly. Don't forget to add a little bit of dairy here and there. How to combine all of those things and make them work in your diet? Incorporate smoothies into your diet, guys. It really helps. You can combine the fruits and the vegetables, throw it in the smoothie, and there you have it, your daily serving of everything that you need. And it's gonna help cleanse out your body. Next thing we talk about are nuts. So you definitely wanna include nuts into your diet as well, because you wanna make sure that you keep that high fiber diet. Another thing, as far as protein, we wanna keep away from the red meats, but we can include the salmon, the shrimp, the chicken. Those are very, very high in proteins, and they are still very, very good for your overall diet. Let's talk about drinks. We wanna keep water at the top tier of our list. It's really gonna help as far as your entire body benefit and cleansing. All of that water is excellent for your overall well-being. You wanna keep water at the top of your drinking list. It should be the #1 thing on your list. The second thing that's really, really enjoyable and amazing is, yes, indeed, teas. Don't forget to drink some tea. It will really help. And what's amazing about tea is you're so limitless. You can make them at home. You can buy them at the store. Make sure it's low in caffeine, and you will find that the results are absolutely unmatched. Now, another thing that we need to talk about is exercise. I know nobody loves to talk about exercise, but your body functions so much better when you move those muscles, when you keep your blood flowing and pumping. You're enabling your body to do its job. Much like a car, our bodies are just like beautiful machines that we carry around. If you let your car sit dormant or not doing anything for months on end, when you come back, you're gonna find a couple of issues with that car. The battery will probably run dead, and so many other complications might arise. So you have to keep that engine going. And the way to reference that to ourselves is we have to keep our engines going. The way I incorporate exercise into my world, very, very simple. I don't like too many complications. So what I do is I do a lot of simple strength training at home. I like a little bit of Pilates here and there, very simple entry-level Pilates. I dance a lot. So every now and then I will be dancing around the home. And one thing that has made a significant difference in my overall exercise routine is walking. I love being outdoor. I don't like working out indoors. It makes me feel very confined. I don't know, for some reason, I'm somewhat claustrophobic, so working out in the gym, I can only do it for so long before I get sick of it and then revert to not working out at all. One thing that I found that significantly helped me is getting outside of the house and actually walking. I throw my headphones on, I get to see all the beautiful things on the street, I get to meditate, I get to do so many things when I walk, and it has been incredible for me. I do anywhere from 1 to 5 miles a day. Believe it or not, time flies when you're having fun. I kind of love my own company, so I just spend that time, talking to myself, meditating, saying out affirmations, planning out what my day is gonna look like, what my week is gonna look like, everything that's coming up. But I'm able to focus, concentrate, enjoy nature, and do this as well. So it just becomes an all-around win-win situation for me. I 100% recommend incorporating walking into your exercise routine, I think that you will really enjoy it a lot. The next thing I want to talk about is fasting. Yes, you guys, I said fasting. And I know you might hate me watching the previous video and this video, but listen, it works. So I'm just now including fasting in my diet. And this is actually a huge recommendation from two girlfriends of mine. So my roommate is a religious faster, okay? And I don't mean just for religion. I mean like she is always fasting. She fasts like, oh my gosh, she's a champ. But what it has done for her mentally and physically is so incredible that I felt the need to give it a try. And right now, guys, I'm fasting. It's about 5 p.m. I haven't had anything to eat all day except for water, and I threw in some nuts. The way she sets it up is we do dry fast on Monday, and then on other days, if you don't feel like eating anything heavy, you can do little things here and there. So today is another fasting day. So all I've had today are 2 handfuls of almonds and water. That's all I've had today. I'm not hungry. For some reason, I'm very full. And what I have done is just kept myself busy throughout the day so that I'm not resulting to eating out of boredom. I feel like fast is also like a really excellent reset for your body. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. Give it a week. Maybe fast within that week 3 times and see if your body feels good about it. One thing that I recommend also, which is the last thing, is doctor visits. So for me, the last time I checked, my doctor, she did say that my fibroids were shrinking. However, it's really a smart idea to follow up on doctor visits with these kinds of things because you never really know. So definitely make it your business to follow up with your doctor and see what your progress is like. Okay, guys, so let's recap. We've talked about diet, exercise, and we've talked about fasting as well as doctor's visit. With your diet, please remember to incorporate all of the things that were mentioned, and be sure to leave comments below. Be sure to speak with other women who are also dealing with this issue. And just remember there are resources out there for you and available to you. Don't go it alone. I wanted to create this space on my channel for women to be able to talk about health, wellness, and all of the different things that we have to go through as women. If you have any questions, suggestions, concerns, any of the above for me, kindly leave it below. I would be more than happy to answer or respond to them. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I do believe I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great day.